Hey guys, in this video I'm going to go over a quick comprehensive guide explaining the differences between the main Roku remotes and particularly focusing on the ones that either have a pairing button, don't have a pairing button, and the ones specifically that don't have a pairing button, how you go about using them. And if you're interested in getting these Roku remotes, I'll have Amazon links posted down in the description if you'd like to check those out for yourself. But starting off here with two of the most common Roku remotes, we have the Voice Remote Pro and the regular voice remote. So I'll start off with the Voice Remote Pro. This one does have a pairing button on the back. So if you hold it down for a handful of seconds, that should put you into pairing mode with a green blinking light back there. So a pretty straightforward one, and this is gonna work with pretty much any Roku device or Roku TV that you'd like to hook it up with. Now, similarly, the regular voice remote is also going to be able to pair with pretty much any Roku device. However, this one does not have a pairing button on the back. It also doesn't have a pairing button under the battery case. This one's a little different. We put this into pairing mode by holding down the back and the home buttons simultaneously for a handful of seconds until we get this green light to start blinking up here. That means that this remote is now in pairing mode, so that's how you can go about hooking up the voice remote. Now moving on to the Roku TV remote and the Roku Player's device remote. This one has had a lot of names over the years, the standard remote, simple remote, things such as that. But starting off with the Roku TV remote, there's a lot of different Roku TV remotes out there. These aren't going to have a pairing button on the back. As long as you have a Roku TV, it's really simple. You can take any Roku TV remote, and as long as it's pointed directly at that TV, you have fresh batteries in here, you can use infrared technology, aiming it at that Roku TV for it to work. There's no pairing needed to get this thing working. Again, like I said, as long as you have batteries that are good to go. Similarly, the Roku Player remote, simple remote, standard remote, whatever name you're going by, this one also does not have a pairing button on the back. But if you're using it with a device such as a Roku Express, the Express 4K, again, we're gonna be using infrared technology. As long as it's pointed directly at that Express or Express 4K, for instance, it should work automatically. We don't need to pair these devices up. Now, other Roku devices such as the Streaming Stick 4K, those don't have infrared technology. They're typically going to be behind your TV plugged into the HDMI port, and because of that, you're not going to get a good infrared signal. So with that device, you need a Roku remote that you can put into pairing mode, such as the Voice Remote Pro or the Voice Remote. And one last Roku remote I wanted to touch on here. This was the first Roku remote that I ever got way back in the day with my Roku 3 device. This also has a pairing button back here. So if we put this into pairing mode, we should be able to hook it up with pretty much any Roku device. Basically, if you have a Roku remote that has a way to get into pairing mode, such as with a pairing button, or like with this remote, holding down the back and the home buttons simultaneously for a handful of seconds, you should be able to hook it up and get it working with most Roku TVs or Roku streaming devices. We can go into the Roku's setting menu, opening up our remotes and devices to add a remote through pairing. And like I said, if you have a Roku remote that you can get into pairing mode, you should be able to hook it up with most Roku devices or TVs. So I hope this quick guide was helpful, going over the differences between the Roku remotes, whether you have a pairing button, no pairing button, and different ways that these remotes work. I'll post Amazon links to these different remotes down in the description if you'd like to check them out for yourself. Thanks for stopping by, and consider subscribing for more.